Trackmania Nations Forever is an arcade racing game that just never gets old for me. This game was released in 2008, and though Ubisoft Nadeo has released many new Trackmania titles since then, something still keeps me and other players coming back to Nations Forever. I've been playing it for almost a decade now, and still, after all this time, I always find new and interesting challenges to endeavor on. So far, I've beaten the game countless times. I've done speedruns of it at live events. I've played it in reverse, and I even finished it all blindfolded. But recently on my stream, I wanted to tackle another challenge, which has been attempted before, but to my knowledge has not been completed by anybody. And that is, beating Trackmania Nations Forever without checkpoints. At first it might not seem too difficult, but the challenge isn't that you cannot respawn from checkpoints. The challenge is that every checkpoint block on every campaign track is removed. This leaves every track with a ton of gaps in the road that you either have to clear or work around in order to get to the finish line. Just before we begin, I would really appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel if you like these videos. It really helps me out a lot and it lets you know when more Trackmania content is coming out. Now, let's get started and try to answer the question: can you beat Trackmania Nations Forever without checkpoints? The campaign in Trackmania Nations Forever has 65 tracks, but 7 of these tracks already don't have checkpoints to begin with, so they would not be played. And 10 of the tracks are multi-laps, which require at least one checkpoint to be played. So that left us with 48 total tracks in the challenge. The campaign starts out with the white tracks, A01 Race through A15 Speed. Most of these were pretty easy to finish, but there were a few exceptions. The track A06 Obstacle became a lot harder with checkpoints removed, as there were now big gaps on the track that you couldn't just clear normally, and the finish was placed high up into the air. But luckily for me, the finish had statues placed right next to it, so by gathering speed and jumping out on the grass in the start, then driving a lap around the stadium to build up even more speed, I was able to get just fast enough to jump from the water edge, reach the statue, and drop quite literally onto the finish. It's good. Go across. Don't hit the... oh no. Well. Okay, let's just let's all calm down. Alright, okay. We're good. Just gotta collect myself a little bit there before making the final move. Alright, we got it. Nice. Then there was A14, which with the checkpoints removed, now had a very interesting shortcut. The finish block was very close to the start, so all I had to do was cross the finish line as quickly as possible. And in order to do that, I went out to the left on the start, and tried to get a so-called bug finish, whereby hitting the finish line from the side in just the right spot, it's possible to get a completed run. Oh, that should have counted. So right here, bug finish. Pep OG, this is bug finish. Explain that one, atheists. You hit the finish from the side and it counts. It's a very unique bug in this game. They fixed it in the newer Trackmania games, but here the finish line extends into the side of the block, so if you hit that spot, it counts. Then immediately afterwards, on A15 Speed, I spotted another shortcut, where I would jump out to the left immediately and try to get over the fence and into the finish area. In order to do that, I had to crash into this small flag and hope that the bounce sent me back over the fence. And if I got across, I had to drive as fast as possible to the finish. You see what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to go up the side and then hit the flag and get pushed over. Come on, we can get this. Oh, no, we're turtle. So from here, let's just do some recon. I'm gonna land here. What's the best play? I think it is to just go straight over the mountain. And then you build up speed here and you try to make that jump. Were there 48 tracks and not 65? Because some don't have checkpoints. So that's already some tracks that's kind of pointless to play. And some are multi-laps. And multi-laps don't work if you don't have any checkpoints. Oh, okay. Go up the mountain. Build up speed. No! Oh, wait. Still a shortcut, let's go. Well, it wasn't entirely clean, but we saved time. I think I'll take this. And with that, we were now done with the white tracks, and I went on to the green tracks. In the green series, there really were only two maps that stood out in difficulty: B05 Race and B14 Speed. On B05 Race, the checkpoints were removed in very key spots on the map, which made making progress very difficult. I quickly found a working method for clearing the gap in the start, by bouncing on the yellow inflatable block and landing back on the platform. Then my idea was to drop down on the lower inflatable block, drive all the way to the back corner and gather as much speed as I could, and then attempt to get a lucky bounce that would send me up onto the finish road so I could drive into the finish. But this ended up taking me many attempts. Oh, that could have been so good! That could have been so good! The car could have front flipped onto the road. It would have been really clean. I'm not going, so my problem is I have to go a lot off the block to actually get the bounce. But I don't want to go far enough that I don't get another attempt, if you know what I mean. So I just want to barely go off, but not too much. It's like here I can do attempt again, which is really nice. Hey, let's go! Let's go! With B05 Race finally completed, it was easy cruising up until B14 Speed, which also had several key checkpoints removed, making me have to think very creatively on how to finish it. Oh, this one is hard, is it not? Okay, I think this one is one of the harder ones. Because there is a gap here. You see that gap right there? The platform one? To the left? I can't remember. I think you just hit the sign. Okay, that seems far-fetched, but I think that's what you do. I know it seems scuffed, but that's honestly what it is. Yeah, that's the bounce you have to do. Oh no. Wait, it's actually a much shallower angle. It's like, you just barely go diagonal, I think. Because that gave me a really good height. So you want to go like this. Anything else to watch out for? Yes, there is. Okay, but we're pretty good here. There's this last wall bang here. No. Oh, I'm so rusty. Oh, I'm so rusty. That is something you asked me 3 years ago if I'll fail that? Never. Never in my life will I fail a wall bang like that. Never happened. Never happened. If YouTube asks, I've never been on the final platform, okay? No narcs. Nobody snitch on this. I trust you guys. Just act surprised when I bounce now. Guys. Pog! Oh my god, that took a while. That took a while. Wow, insane. We wouldn't fail the end though, would we? Have I ever been on the final platform? No. There's this pretty hard bounce in the middle, where if you get that, you're pretty much done. But, I just can't seem to get that bounce, really. It's where my main struggle is here. But we got it! For the first time! Oh my god! Okay, now we just need to get the end. Which is very easy and not really failable. Wow, that's so easy. Let's go. Glad I didn't fail that twice. But with that, we'd now beaten the green tracks, and I moved on to the blue series, starting with CO1 Race. This one is one you'd think would be a problem, because there are huge gaps in like pretty important parts of the road. But there's a bounce you can do here to go directly into the finish. Bounce here, fly into the finish. That's what I'm going to try. So you want to go down here. That's a finish. Then, a little while later, on C07 Race, we discovered a previously unknown bug. Oh. Yeah, so the finish here is right below the start. It's right underneath. Was it like this? And then go in here. But I remember on this track actually last year, we discovered a brand new bug. We discovered a previously unknown bug. Do you want to see it? This. Come on. Come on. Not that the car is bugging like this, but it's actually possible to hit the finish line there from this side and get a bug fin, even though it's on the ground. I remember finding this. Like the car just bugs into it. Looks really weird. See if I can get it. Yeah. Look at that. And I mean, if you get it instantly, it could theoretically be faster. But getting into it instantly is difficult. Goodbye, world. It's been a pleasure. Apart from CO7, there wasn't too many interesting tracks in the Blue series. With the checkpoints removed, most tracks are very similar, and that all you have to do is beeline to the finish, and they required little to no problem solving. I ended up completing almost all of the remaining maps rather quickly, and got up to 47 out of 48 tracks in a little under 2 hours, and I now just had one track left to complete, D12 Speed. It seems like this track always is the final boss of challenges that I do, as it was incredibly difficult both in reverse and when only steering to the left. Without checkpoints, it was no different. This track is built a lot like a staircase, where when the checkpoints are gone, it's like you're missing a step on the staircase, and you're unable to climb further. The checkpoint here before the loop is gone, which makes it impossible to reach the booster and continue as normal on the track. But if you somehow got past that, the next checkpoint before the wall ride is also gone, and there's seemingly no way to get past that gap either, which is necessary to reach the finish line. It was clear that this track was going to require some theory crafting and analysis to find a working plan. And after a bit of searching, two ideas stood out from the rest in terms of possibility. Idea number one was to go outside the stadium and climb on top of the stadium roof, then gather a bit of speed and attempt to drop down and land on top of this wall. After that, you would drive it all the way until the end, and with maximum speed and a precise jump to the right, you could just barely make it past the gap and get to the wall ride, finishing the track. The second idea was a bit different. Here you would drive the track the normal way, and then on this first big drop down, you would angle the car sideways, land in a slide and attempt to get what's known as a Uber bug, where for some reason, when you're in this position, the game sometimes does a miscalculation when you crash the wall border, making you gain speed instead of losing it, and sending you launching into the air. If you happen to get a Uber bug with just the right angle and speed, you could potentially fly directly into the finish, or at least land somewhere in the area. But idea number two required a lot more luck than idea number one, and I personally didn't want to play the lottery, and thought that idea number one would be better. My Twitch chat, however, wasn't too pleased with my decision, and someone in my chat came up with a brilliant idea. The viewer suggested I do one Uber bug attempt for every new sub, and I decided to run with it. Mostly as a joke at first, but after I got my first decent Uber bug on the track, my Twitch chat went crazy. One hype train and 200 subs later, it was clear that I had underestimated my chat, and we were in for a long night of attempts. While I got many promising Uber bugs that night, after trying it for over 300 times, it was starting to get late, so I decided to get some sleep and return the next day to the track to try to finish the project. And seemingly out of nowhere, it just kinda happened. Getting girls uninterested %.
there's so many videos of speedrunning banned in Discord servers.
Yeah. Oh, 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 oh. That's it. That's it. I got it. I got it. I finished.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I finished. I should be able to get this.
Pulse champ. Dead. Pulse champ. Next jump is gonna decide.
Hey, let's go! We beat Trackmania without checkpoints, so there it is. There it is, chat. You were here. Whew, that was out of nowhere, Scrappy. You said it was gonna take me 4 hours today. So there you have it. To answer the question, yes, it is indeed possible to beat Trackmania Nations Forever without checkpoints. And it's probably also possible without scamming my viewers. But where's the fun in that? Jokes aside, it was a fun challenge that surprisingly only took me about 5 hours of playing. And I hope you had fun watching it. If you want to see me do more content like this live, then check out my Twitch channel. Also, please consider subscribing to the YouTube channel if you like this video. But that's it for now, guys. Until next time, have a good one.